when we were at
Uh,
the lounge place.
Yes, yes.
yes, please. Yes.
Yeah, there's I told Madam Dorothy that there's a very dire need within that county
Mm-hmm.
that they have been wanting to put up a child protection center.
Uh-huh. No, that would be lovely because I mean it's not they are not high risk probably, but on the other hand, people can start at an early age to do some of
Yes.
these practices and
Mhm. And
absorb some of the principles, etc., etc.
and the need was raised by one community-based organization and the chief magistrate of
Uh-huh.
the county.
Yes.
Yeah, she approached me and said, "Do you have part of your friends who can support us? Have a structure for child protection? Those children who suffer
Hmm.
sexual harassment at home."
Yes. Oh, that's awful. No? That's awful. And
Yeah,
how old that tend to be? What?
the children, any in Kenya, anyone of the age of 18 years and below. So
Ah, I
you'll find
understand.
that yeah, these children are being helped to seek justice.
Mm-hmm.
They have been sexually assaulted at home by a relative.
Mm-hmm.
So they when at the level of children they are vulnerable. They
Mm.
cannot fend for their own food,
Yes.
and they are relying on the family for their education.
Mm-hmm.
So what she was saying, the justification is that when such children are rescued by these society organizations,
Mm-hmm.
the problem is that they are coerced, like to throw away the case on grounds that who will fend for your needs. You understand? So they were feeling like justice is not being served well because the child will come and
Mm-hmm.
say, I withdraw the case simply because the perpetrator is someone who has threatened this child that in case she or he takes the case further, he will not provide. So what the chief magistrate was telling me was that
Mm-hmm.
they want like a small. She was suggesting a container, a fabricated container, which I checked and it was 1.2 million Kenya shillings. It's around $1,200.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
$1,000, eh? Yeah, and that includes a six
Mm-hmm.
bed fabricated container
Mm-hmm.
with a kitchen, and a small office.
Mm-hmm.
Because she was saying currently they have had volunteers,
Mm-hmm.
the trained police who have volunteered to do child protection, but
Mm-hmm.
their only limitation is that they need a structure. So to me, I felt like, yeah, it's a good idea. She shared with me because she knows that I do a lot of peace and child protection advocacy
Mm-hmm.
around. So she was like, in terms of sustainability, that one we can manage. Because for the staffs, we will get volunteers and police officers to work there. The only thing is that if we can get a structure, a child protection structure, where a child who has been abused at home is
Mm-hmm.
held there until
Mm-hmm.
the case is concluded and is placed
Mm-hmm.
somewhere,
Yeah.
just to preserve the evidence and make sure that the child is not coerced.
Yeah.
Because you see, these suppressed children,
Mm-hmm.
when they are told like, don't go and mention that your father, your uncle, your cousin did this, in future it becomes a mental health issue, and
Mm.
they now become criminals as they revenge. You understand?
Yeah, of
Like
course.
they can be homicide, whatever. They can decide just to shoot people if they are employed,
Mm.
and they are using guns. If they are driving, these are people who will run over people. Like it really eats on them, and they feel like this was
Because they
just.
have been damaged psychologically and profoundly emotionally, and therefore you cannot ask them to to act like a normal person. They have been hurt by society and they want to take revenge. I can understand that very clearly. No?
Yes.
Yeah.
So those are the conversations we had that day.
Mm.
And I said, since you had said that we think of programs around peace, peace, and mind,
Yeah.
that we can, I just thought like, let me share it with you so
Yes.
that either within your connections, if we can get people to work with the county government
Mm.
and help them have that facility. They already have a space, so there's no, it's just having that fabricated container. They
Yeah, that
already
is
have
the
a place.
hardware. That that is a
Yeah.
part in which we are not strong in the sense that we are poor. And we are not one of
Yes.
those charities that they have the money and they won't get to give you the money so you can do something and then they can fulfill the record of the shareholders or donors or whatever. No, we do
Yeah.
the work ourselves, and our work is more psychologically, emotionally, something that
Mm.
will give food to the
Mhm.
child or the person to change the way of thinking and to have
Yeah.
experiences that really show how, in which way they are being affected, in this case by the aggression of the close family, or in the case of criminals with a long track record, older people, grown up people. They realize, for example, how they have been so aggressive all their lives and how they have all reacted. They start to take like a global view of themselves in life that they never had the chance before to observe. And they realize that it's totally wrong the way in which they have been acting towards society, and the aggression that they have developed. And gradually, as a result of their own understanding and comprehension, they change their behavior. And then they give those very compelling testimonials, and then the prison becomes very impressed to see the changes that they have experienced. They have changed their relationship with the families, with other inmates, with everyone around, and you can see
Yes,
that is a consistent transformation in the person.
yes. You told us earlier about some forum gathering in was it in Buenos Aires? Can you tell us about that forum and
Yes,
what
because
happened
that
there?
forum was developed by the same inmates, by the prisoners, and then they requested authority from the superintendents and from the authorities of the prisons, and they were connected online in all the different buildings because the buildings are not in one place. And a certain time, that's why they have invited us, not only the people handling the different courses, but also friends that in different parts of the world who have been involved in similar projects, or they are interested in this, because we have been following from the distance the development of this project. And so we were like 30 people of this sort, from different countries. And some of them were directly involved in the training. There are one from Italy, there are two or three from Argentina itself, others from Spain, and others from Germany, humanist friends that with vast experience in reconciliation, in helping people with mental injuries and being as a result of abuse or things of the sort. And everybody was having very interesting opinions about that, but we were more like visitors. And the people making the speeches and talking about their experiences were the inmates themselves, and everything was done in Spanish, so we didn't have a possibility of translating, but the text of the testimonials should be in Spanish and could be easy to translate with artificial intelligence, so those instant translations that could help amongst the materials that you will in that case, if you decide to go ahead with some of the pilots, that you will need to, I suppose you explained to me, Justina, that you would have to prepare a dossier because everything has to be vetted by the authorities of the prison and the content has to be assessed, etc. And while we form all that, we could put together those documents, where the most interesting, I would say, are the testimonials of the inmates themselves, because they can describe the experience that they have gone through and the changes that they realize they have taken place. And so they were very impressed to mention that Kenya had expressed an interest. I mentioned about yourself, Justina. I explained that you were very high up in the hierarchy of the prison service and with vast experience, and also that you have been recognized internationally because your books, your publications, and your record. And being a lady is especially important, and also how you have been given international awards, and you have visited United Nations in New York, etc. Some of the things that you conveyed to me when we met the first time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very good, eh?
Mm.
Yeah.
Because your fame is going across the world.
My fame is beyond Kenya. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
what I don't know whether I mentioned to you
Mm.
there was another facilitator, but now he was a preacher.
Yes.
He
Mm.
was he was. Have you ever heard of some books series by Kate Souza? Katie Souza.
No, I have not. I have not seen them.
Yeah,
Mm.
but when you Google, you can get her. She was a former inmate, prisoner.
Yes.
When she
Yes.
got
Oh,
out, yeah, she wrote several books. And
Kitty Sosa.
yeah, Katie Souza, Katie Katie, and then
K A T I
ZIE,
E.
and
Yeah.
then Souza is
Yes.
Souza, Katie
Z-A.
Souza.
Ah, this is a Portuguese name, Sosa. It's like Brazilian or something. Yeah.
Yes, that is the name. So she has several books. Book one, two, three, four. She writes about a prisoner's life pre-trial and the lessons from the Bible. She quotes the
Ah.
Bible. Yeah, like the first one is about I don't know breaking. No, I'll share with you on WhatsApp
Yes.
immediately I finish, because I
Mm.
have that. So
Yeah.
when he
Mm.
approached me with that program,
Mm.
and
Mm.
that is the year 2020 when our inmates were in lockdown. I
Yes.
approached five prisons,
Mm.
five, and then we used to log in same time.
Mm-hmm. Ah.
To them,
Mm.
to them at US, it was very late at night or early to
Mm.
them, but to
Mm.
us it was around 2 p.m. So around
Mm.
2 p.m. we could have our my prison where I was join,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then the main prison join, and then
Mm.
another neighboring prison join, then
Mm.
another one in Eastern join, then another one in Coast region join, and another one in Nairobi area. So
Mm.
all these inmates, yeah, he would send a link and then bring in different facilitators.
Yes.
And we did that. After that, I connected him with the in charge of chaplaincy services,
Mm.
and they talked. I don't know where did that go. Now they stopped at the level where now I wanted him
Mm.
to. After that was piloted, and I've seen
Yeah.
that it is working. I
Uh-huh.
now told him we cannot continue to book two. We need to introduce this to our
Yeah.
leaders, because now this is conversation across. You see,
Mm.
US getting information. He had a friend in Sweden who was joining different countries, but they join and then they take inmates different chapters. So
Yes.
it was about it's a sort of book club that
Mm.
he sent books to us. I remember he sent them direct to me,
Mm.
around 200 books. Then we
Yeah.
shared. So
Mm.
every time, if it is we are meeting this week, we could say read this chapter. So when
Yes.
we meet, the inmates have already read the chapter. Some of them are illiterate, so
Mm.
they need the other. So they sit together, they do it like a club. They read that chapter, discuss it. Then when now we get online 1 hour, now
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
tackle the question.
Mm.
They do an overview like for 20 minutes. Then the remaining
Yeah.
time, the inmates ask questions and then they answer them. And they
Mm.
finished and graduated. They finished online graduation. So
Ah,
this is very
nice.
possible. What I'm just saying and insisting is let Dorothy do the letter. introducing the program.
Yes, Dorothy is there, by the way.
Yes,
Hello,
yes.
Yeah,
Dorothy.
Hello,
I
Dorothy.
have seen Dorothy. Yeah, so let Dorothy do the letter, attach the curriculum, and
Yes,
then now we start now that conversation. Last week
yes,
there's a team that did a program with me just as a
yes.
pilot.
Hmm.
So we will start with that pilot.
Yes,
We start with that maybe with
Hello.
my few inmates like 30, where they
mm.
will we will try that online. Sorry,
Yeah,
Ragnar,
Ragnar.
you are talking.
we arrived home.
Yeah, yeah,
Hello, hello.
You are
yeah,
in the
yeah.
same place. Yeah, it's good that you join with one phone, with one gadget,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah. Ragnar was still connecting this one, so that is the reason why I put my phone
yeah.
on.
Okay.
But right now we are all
good,
busy.
Dorothy.
That's
Hi,
great.
Ragnar. We have seen your
Yeah.
adventures there and lots of pictures, and it's wonderful. It's very motivating. Everybody is very happy with everything. No? It's so dynamic and
Yeah,
so many
yeah,
different things.
seeing Justina on Wednesday.
Yes. But yeah, Justina,
We have
well,
to change the
it is
plan.
a good approach.
Mm,
It is a good plan. Sorry, Ragnar was
mm,
saying something.
mm. No, you continue. You continue.
Ah,
Just
because also there they work online. But the thing is that the prisoners, unless they do something wrong with it, they are allowed to keep their own telephones, the mobile phones. I was
okay.
a bit surprised. I said, well, they could be. No, apparently they can monitor very well the calls, and people use them eventually to talk to the families, and otherwise they can receive the material for the course. For example, if there is a one-page reading text that they need to prepare, they can receive it on the phone. So it becomes an instrument for their own training and qualification, like an instrument for the course. So not too many papers and books and things moving up, and also the books can be read and received by the phone. If they incurred in some sort of a breach of the rules, immediately those telephones are removed. So they are very attentive about play by the rules, because otherwise they know that it's a big damage to themselves, because they miss out on things that really are so important for their rehabilitation. But of course, in every place, we have to think about what is possible and what is not possible, and to adapt then to the conditions. The thing is that these are psychological techniques that people, they are not attached to any religious belief or any church, but maybe they are, because also some of these churches, like the Redemptories, many of those American charities are also very active in Argentina. And there are lots of people in all walks of life, especially people who are not the middle class or the most prosperous people, but people from the social base. There, these churches, they have been able to attract lots of people because of the way in which they talk them, they heart to heart. Then lots of people have converted. So amongst the population in the prison, also they are Christians of these new American denominations or churches. They are very popular there. So when I am saying that the training that we provide is not connected to any particular religious denomination, but it may be that some of them belong to that, and that also they are doing the proselytizing amongst the mates prisoners there, which is perfectly fine. But is the only thing is that ours is more a psychological approach, is more generic, but not in conflict with any other particular beliefs that people may have.
sounds very good. Sounds
That's great.
and
That's
I
great.
like this. Like this, you're telling that they have their phone. They give them something if they behave and some rights, but and they if they break the rules, of course. But it was a little bit change of plan because we saw we were not able to do everything there in Mombasa and the place where Tracy is. We were driving there, and because we still have a interview in the radio tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we changed the plan a little bit. If I tell you briefly, we decided me and Tracy will fly to her place, spend 1 day there. They will take a bus to Mombasa. So rest of Monday and Tuesday, me and Tracy will be able to go to the place where she is. And I want to tell you a little bit about that. Okay, and then on Wednesday we have the floor. We have the meeting in Mombasa, and there are 3 coming. Talking about, we have a new guy on board who is a specialist in media, and he will be taking videos and plugging us, making website, making
That's
Facebook
fantastic.
he can connect to all the medias, and they have a website where they can benefit, because every view that we bring, they will get something paid. So it's a cooperation, a very good guy, and we have now a team of 3 guys: Obala, his son, and this guy who have done this for many years, and he is the one who do the videos for Tracy, the music videos for Tracy, and he's on our side. So it is.
It's a big breakthrough in that sense, because it's such an important connection to have access to the media, and at the same time to have phones and to have good connections in these times of technology. Because as we were discussing with Justina, there are so many things that if you are in the network, you can achieve without having to go physically to a place, especially, for example, the environment of a prison that is so restrictive, because they don't want people to have uncontrolled connection with the external environment, because immediately they start trafficking with drugs and so many irregular things. But with the electronic connections is safe and is very beneficial for them, because it will give them all the content of the courses, the inspiration, the good feelings, and no risk of introducing substances or weapons or anything like that.
The meeting yesterday was totally brilliant. It was so successful. We had so many groups there, like 10 groups that are taking part and working on controlling this. And actually, Tracy was the one who brought Tekla La Rupia on board. And now she had decided to make this priority, and the peace run they were thinking about to do, they will postpone it to next year. And she will start a run, and she will come to Iceland, and we will bring Tracy also to Iceland. That is the plan.
That's good.
Fantastic, December. On the meeting was a guy who had been who was in a jail for 16 years.
That's a long time, no?
Yeah, and he's with a very good group that is visiting prisoners. They have a very strong organization that is going to prisons. They're giving them hope. They're showing that they're now out of bars, and then they can think, I will maybe be the next one, because the rate of suicide is extremely high in the prisons. I want us to make after we meet Justina on Wednesday, we make a group with these guys, and also in Nakuru we were visiting a jail for young people under 18, and maybe you saw the photos we posted on Facebook, but then it was illegal to post it on Facebook, so they came and they arrested Alvin. He was put behind bars, and they bailed him out because they like bribing. Okay, so
Yeah,
after
yeah,
that,
That is
you
the
try
social
to-
media, that everything is money, money, money. They try to sell every information, and it's so dishonest in a way, because people become hooked with those social media, and then in the end, all the rubbish that exists in the world comes to them.
yeah.
So we prefer to have our own networks, like these lists that we have, because we have certain control there, and we can circulate only the information that has to do with our work and with the benefit of what we are trying to achieve, and the teaching materials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we want to make a group with them and continue, and also with Alvin and the people there. So many groups who are working to the jails and also communicate. We will want to have a meeting to communicate to those in South America who are working there.
Perfect, because I was
Yeah.
telling Justina that, the link now is open. They have big expectations. They gave me a sort of global figure. In the last 4 years, they estimate that 70,000 inmates have been working with our techniques, with our training, with our things. Not the
70,000.
70,000 they have rehabilitated, and they are incredible people, but a percentage, a very important percentage, that they tend to be the people with a real leadership. Then they have changed absolutely as a result. And some of them, they are fulfilling condemns for 6, 7, 8 years. So it must be something not that light,
Yeah.
and they have changed completely, and they have a meaning in life now, and that has spread out into the family. So the family circle is supportive and happy and all that. So we can see that it's a very important and good influence for the rehabilitation of society at large.
Yeah, very good, very, very
This
good.
is fantastic news, and the potential there is,
It's
you know,
inspiring, because
yeah,
it's humanism in action, when we are really trying
yeah,
to spread the best of we human beings, that we have so much potential, and that gets lost on the way because of our life circumstances that many times are unfavorable, and we don't know how to overcome. And there we get entangled, and many times our lives get destroyed, and we don't want that.
And
yes, yes,
and the reason we changed our plan was because I felt it's very important to both go and to Mombasa and meet Justina, and we work on that. And also, there is another project with Tracy. And if you don't want to hear what I'm going to say now, you have to just hold your fingers in your ears, because there is a society that the government have forgot about completely. There are no hospitals, there are even no schools, and there are two tribes that are fighting all the time. But there, what they do, they circumcise their girls. Circumcise the girls.
That's criminal. It's so horrible. I mean, and
Yeah, and so many of them die
of
of bleeding
infections,
out.
yes,
Yeah,
complications.
yeah, yeah.
okay, but also they have a child marriage. When the child is getting 9 years old, they marry them. Okay, I have a girl that is getting 8 years old next month. Okay, they marry the girls, and they're circumcised, and of course, and because the guys cannot penetrate on their pussy, they fuck them in the ass for the
Of course.
next 5 years, because they say the private part is for giving birth, and these women are destroyed. These girls are tortured and destroyed for many years, 5 years, and after that they are useless. So they get a new girl to torture. This is
So
so
who is
horrible.
doing these things? Are they what are the Muslims? What is
No,
that?
they are Muslims. Yeah,
Horrible people. No?
yeah, and there are
Not every
there are
Muslim, but those particular sects, because they are completely devious and criminal. Because I mean,
yeah,
you cannot pretend that you are a priest, an officer of any religion, if you are destroying lives of young people that have no choice, that they have no understanding, and that they have to flourish. And they introduce all these wrong tortures, twisted ideologies, and they destroy
yeah,
lives, as you say. It's totally criminal. And
yeah,
and if I was in authority, I would stop all that, and I would keep monitoring those people who
I
perpetrate
tell
those
you,
crimes?
Tracy have been there, and they have an MP, and this MP was going after her, and if she wanted to could marry him, he has 6 or 7 wives, but he insists that she would be circumcised if she become his wife. So this is all the way to the top of the structure and of the society. But I have to go there and see what is happening there. I have to see it with my own eyes and sense it, because we are coming up with an idea. You know, here they have developed about the gender-based violence. They have developed safe houses like Kvennaathvarfið, safe houses where a woman who is facing a gender-based violence in the house, she can go with her kids to a house and hide. Meanwhile, and to get out of the situation. Okay, we want to save these girls. We have talked to a lot of women who can take them, and they can be kind of a house girls, help them in the house, go and educate themselves. So we want to start an organization that is building up safe houses to save these children from this reality.
And they have to be invigilated and protected at all time, and people have to rotate the function of protection around, and it has to be people that you have to trust, because otherwise the same protectors become perpetrators, and is unstoppable. So it's a fantastic job, because that has a humanitarian necessity that is of a different quality of anything that we are doing. It's urgent.
But I've kind of finished what I wanted to message, tell you, but Justina have raised her hand.
Yes. Justina, please.
I'm just saying, before you and Dorothy, Ragnar and Dorothy joined there, I had exactly raised the same concerns to Antonio and yes. That is the immediate need that this want. Because even when we say now we are taking these discussions to the community, because there are those who are in prison we want to approach, and there are those who are outside. Both of them, they need the education that you want us to give, the peace. But there is no way we can preach this peace in an environment where we have people who are being trodden, like what our Ragnar has. So I think these are twin activities that we should prioritize, that let's have them removed to a safe space. I called it protection units. He called them safe space. And for the purpose of Ragnar and Dorothy, I mentioned to Antonio and Julius that the chief magistrate, where we went to launch the book, raised it with me that they feel they have land and they have staff, but they don't have a place dedicated for children who are being married out very young, and children who are being rescued from sexual and gender-based violence. Because now they feel when they leave them back in the community, they are easily intimidated, they are stigmatized, and now they move from that level. You are the one who has suffered the sexual and gender-based violence, and you are the one who is feeling like you wronged the society, because they are pointing fingers at you. That why did you report your father? Why did you report your brother? Why did you report your uncle that he had sex with you? So for us now to start that conversation of reaching the community, those in prison, as I mentioned, that one we can do it with Dorothy. We will ensure that we engage the officers that are responsible for that. We pilot it in my institution. Then we now cascade it, like even to all the juvenile facilities. We can start with that and open prisons where they are allowed to use TV, not phones, but they have an Android TV where they can converge and listen to virtual and do whatever, those mind education and the rest. They can. Administering the program is very easy for prisons. But when thinking about the preventive part of this program from crime, now we go to the community. And that is the first entry point. Let's have safe spaces. Let's have child protection units, just branded like that name, branded. This child protection unit is hereby dedicated or donated by so and so. at least in those centers we can have network connectivity. And I'm telling you, I'm telling you, we don't need to buy land. Those units can be done adjacent to the police station, because remember, these are people who are being targeted by the community. I want to give you a very traumatizing story that happened to my cousin. Actually, we schooled together. He used to call me an uncle, but I used to call him a cousin because we were age mates. This man died. Do you know how he died? They went to rescue girls, the ones that Ragnar is speaking about. Those kind of cases. They went to rescue those girls, and then the girls didn't spend at that police station. They were transported to another, because now they knew the community. Do you know, at night the community came and they rounded that police officer's house and they burnt him to ashes.
It's terrible.
I know. It is. This is only. We are just starting here. We have to be very careful. We have to find out ways. I know. This is much more difficult than to say it, but we have to do something. It's obvious. We have to do something.
So I'm telling you, since that thing happened, now the police themselves said for us to have safe spaces for real, we should have these structures near the police station, within the compound. So that's why I'm saying, if God now helps us, or with our connection in future, I know it's not possible now. It's a conversation for the future. Now we are talking about this program, the one that we're supposed to talk about. But when we will have to do that, then we can do them just adjacent to the police. No need of buying land. It will cost a lot of money having people to protect that place, but we can have them in government land. So that's why I raised my hand, just to support what Ragnar was saying. That in terms of community, that's the entry point. Child protection units or safe spaces for women. Not even women. Nowadays, even men. They are being molested. So we can have safe spaces where you go there as a man and you are safe. Where you go there and you are safe. Thank you.
And Justina was saying that they have found that there are containers that can be converted, and that they have the capacity for 6 people living there, and a toilet and a little kitchenette or something or other. And so if those were placed in the secure area of the police stations or wherever Justina is talking about, would be a matter of doing some fundraising in the countries. Each one will come to something like $1,500, which is not cheap, but it's not over the top, because if you think 6 human lives that are being nurtured and cared for, and imagine, I don't know, you can protect like that a number of children, and they are in a secure place, and they can educate themselves, and they can have a social life, and it's an incredible project. And when you have a project of that importance, that urgency, it's not that difficult to find the support, the financial support from people in our countries, people that we know, etc., etc. And so it's feasible, it's doable, I think.
It is something we have to do, but I totally agree with you, Justina. We have to find a secure way, because, like Tracy was saying, she will rescue these girls. Doesn't matter, but they will kill her. They will kill her. So this is a real challenge to do it without risking people. But we will find a way. We will find a way. Julius.
Yes.
We have to have an interview with me in Red Table after this journey, when I tell them about this journey, what we are doing there, everything.
Yes. I will contact Carl here then and tell him, I will send him this video.
Okay.
And to Kristin Hannesson as well, because they are plotting to, because Kristin went to Russia for 20,000 Festival of Youths, and he is connected to contacts in Africa and in Asia. And they make a team to follow up lot process.
Yeah, very good, very good.
Yeah.
Very good. And the communities that perpetrate those crimes, they cannot remain in impunity. They have to be put the limelight to them, and the media they have to report, and then they have to know internationally, and then we will see how many are left of those, and they have to be monitored, because otherwise they will be continue repeating the crimes. I'm sure that if they are really framed in that manner, they will not be able to kill back or take revenge on the people who tried to put the record right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Justina,
this is very important. If we have the media with us, then it's they will not burn people who are asking if it is put on the internet live.
Absolutely, because they are cowards. In the end, they are cowards. And then, of
yeah.
course, they will have to swallow their beliefs for themselves, but not go damaging other people, especially innocent young people around them. It's intolerable.
Yes,
we have
this
to
is,
find a way.
yeah,
this
I
is
think
very
Justina, you know
important.
that place. It's Tana River. Tana River. Yeah. Justina, do you know Tana River?
But yes, but I've never been there.
Oh, so that is where.
But also we met this Italian group yesterday on the meeting that were knowing this tribe, but on another area where they were facing exactly the same issue, and they are willing to work with us on this. And we talked about this idea to make a rescue place. I tell you, there are so many so many women who are willing to take this girl into their home somewhere far away in the country and take care of them. Nobody will find them. We know so many women, and people really like this idea.
Yeah, so I'm concurring with the idea of Justina saying that we can have the safe houses next in the police station, because it will give us easy time not buying a piece of land and building, and also for security purpose. Exactly. And also it will make us to have like more of them. So it doesn't mean that one person has to be in the one which is near the place. You can even be taken, if you are in Mombasa, maybe you can be taken to one in Kilifi where people don't know you.
Yeah, I immediately after this, I have already contacted. I started doing the conversation with a person I know, who now gave me that cost of around $1,500, and it's well ventilated with everything. I've already contacted him. He has told me that he's resending me the dormitory. I will share with you. It's a very good dormitory, and as I mentioned, it's not something that is it's not permanent so it can be shifted. Like if the cases are prevalent in that other corner, we just need it to be
shifted to the other corner.
Towed by a cat. I was at US and I saw at Colorado. I have been in Colorado for a training and I saw those houses. I think in Iceland maybe you have those. The container, yes, just like that. So it is you go and put it somewhere. If the security is not good, you remove it, you go and put it next to the police station. There is a lot of people are taken care. If the court is sitting in another 400 meters, you just you tow it to that place. It has beds inside. The children go and sleep there. They attend the court and they come back. Yeah, so that's how it is. I really loved it. It's a dormitory, and it has all plus the toilet, flush toilet inside. So I'll share with you. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a very good idea. But can I ask one question? Because we came late, and can I ask how is the plan about the books? What we come there, what is the situation and plan about the books? The book.
Okay, yeah, I launched the books, and already I have online. You can have the ebooks, which are easy. I will share with you hard copies to carry. But for the purpose of those many people who want to buy, I think I sent Antonio the link. I sent
exactly, and I saw and I checked it, and I saw the soft cover, and I was seeing the equivalence of the price, which is not expensive. But the thing is that I don't know how by post, how long they will take, or they will give you the link, and so you can print out in your home. I don't know exactly how it works.
Yes, you'll be given a link.
So
You'll
do
be
you
given
have?
a link. You read it in soft copy.
Yes, exactly. Soft copy.
Yeah. So, Ragnar, I don't have your number, but Dorothy has the link also, and Julius for the first
Yes.
I'll forward to
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just call,
So,
call her. I'm next to her.
Okay.
now you can watch the
Yeah.
link for the second book, and I'll share also.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
But
when you come, Ragnar, when you come, I'll give you the hard copies. I have them. I'll share with you. You will go with the hard copies. Maybe if you'll meet Antonio and Julius, I'll also give you copies for them.
Thank you
Okay.
so much, Justina. I appreciate. But on the other hand,
Actually,
it's so expensive to when you travel with a small bag in the plane. They will sometimes stop you because you will
No.
exceed
no.
the weight.
Okay,
No?
I have a ticket. I have a ticket
Mm.
that
Mhm.
I can have 2 bags,
Yeah.
23 kg each,
Yeah.
and
Good.
one handbag. And the only thing I'm carrying at the moment is a handbag.
Oh,
So
that's good.
actually, I
Oh,
have already paid for t-
I
46
will give you.
kg. If you want us to take the book there, put it to the bookshops there, and they sell it. It is an
Okay.
option because you're
Oh,
saying so. Let's use my
Your
the
allowance for the books to be sold
yeah
then in
yeah.
Iceland, and that will give a profit to Justina.
yeah
Yeah.
And for me,
Because
that is more educational. I can have the soft copy electronically.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Because Ragnar has many years of transporting commodities between Kenya and Iceland, through many years,
Transporting
I
commodities.
through decades.
was turning fish skin into leather here and bringing it to Iceland to
To process.
sell it there. And actually, I was going 25 times back and forth, always with the back of a skin, because it costs same to send it with DHL as to buy my ticket. So the skin was paying for my transport all the time. But you don't need to pay for my transport. I've already paid it, but I'm able to carry 46 kg if you want to use that. But we talk when I come there.
Justina, have you wanted that?
Yes, to have an entrepreneur there, you see, it's an asset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
have noted. I have noted.
Okay.
So
So
I,
on Wednesday,
I'm
what
thinking,
time is it okay with you, Justina?
pardon?
Justina
I'm
already, she
asking
puts
you.
the thumbs up, saying that she liked what she was saying. Probably is busy.
Yeah, I was asking Justina, what time
Yeah.
do you want us to visit you? Because we are coming there on Wednesday. Ragnar will be traveling tomorrow to Tana River. They'll be alighting at Malindi and traveling to Tana River. Then Tuesday, they'll be at Tana River. But me, I'm traveling tomorrow in the evening to Mombasa. So Tuesday, I will be with you before Ragnar comes on Wednesday. So what time do you think on Wednesday we can meet Ragnar if they're coming from Tana River?
We can have the meeting from 11 to 1 because in the evening I'll have another meeting with my regional commander.
Sounds
I,
good.
I, I had
Sounds
blocked
good.
Tuesday. I had blocked Tuesday because you told me Tuesday. But still Wednesday before 1 I'll be available.
Yeah, we
Sounds
thought
good.
that Ragnar could drive, but it's going to be hectic for him driving, going and coming back. That is the reason why
it is
we
8-9 hours drive.
traveling.
It's a waste of time. That is the big thing because
Mhm.
we saw we would not be able to spend the whole day or 1.5 day in Tenerife. Okay, because these 2 projects are important, Tenerife and the jail project.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is the reason why the schedule changed from Tuesday. I'm sorry.
No problem. We will anytime in the morning between 9 and 1 I'll be in the office.
Okay, that will be ideal. Perfect.
Yeah.
Then in the evening, we'll be traveling back by bus and catching up.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So I am
That's
thinking,
Harris is saying hi. Harris, come here. Harris is coming with us.
Yeah, you're coming in very soon.
Hello.
Justina. Hey, hi,
You.
Justina.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have never
Hello.
been to Mombasa, so she have to come there with us.
Okay.
And also she's
Okay.
a very important part of the team.
Yeah. Yeah.
We hear all the adventures that you have gone through, no? That is a very important thing, no?
So very nice. So perhaps we are coming to close in respect of time.
Yes.
Don't think it's good to have the video more than 1 hour
Yes.
for
I
practical
know.
reasons. So I'm very happy about this, and
Me too.
yeah, and if you have not any very important final words, I will proceed to closing the meeting with peace, force, and joy to all of you.
Take care.
Peace,
Very
force,
interesting
and joy.
information.
Yeah, okay.
Take care.
Yes. So
Bye.
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 Goodbye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Let's meet on
Yes,
Wednesday.
yes.
Yeah, let's meet on Wednesday.